Hello everyone. Tonight I'm looking at questions 5 and 6 of the JavaScript challenge. I'll just show those some of the questions we've done. So I changed computers, so I didn't actually have the file on this computer. I just wrote them again. So we've got number 5 was click a box to reveal the time at the time of click, and 6 click on a box to reveal the current date. All right, so that was the challenge. So this is what I've done. Click on a box to reveal the current time or date. So this is question 5 and 6. The top one, click here for the time. That's in 24-hour time. And that's a moving clock, actually. Let me just double check that. Okay. All right, so now it's in just a static time. So whenever you click it, it shows the current time at the time of click. Okay. And here, click here for the date. We've got it in day, month, and year format. It's very easy to change the order. Okay, so this is the code. Question 5 and 6. All right, so start off with the HTML. I've just got the title there. Then I've got 4 different divs. Named one the outer div, which contains everything, and the middle div, which contains these 2 answer divs. And these 2 answer divs are I've labeled one time div and the date div. All right, so they've just got one function each on time div, show time, and on click for this one is show date. And this text will be replaced with the time or the date. Okay, as we can see here. Refresh it, click here for the time, that's replaced with the time, click here for the date, that's replaced with the date. Okay, so yeah, I found it pretty interesting. It's just a good refresher of some inbuilt JavaScript functions. And so I'll look at the styling a bit later. So we've got the 2 functions. Start off with the date one. So I've just named mine show date. So I've got the variable called today, and the inbuilt JavaScript function is called date. Okay, so let's just have a look at what that actually brings. I'm just alerting the whole variable, not date, sorry, that's my mistake. Be today. Variable today, we're alerting that current variable. So I'll go back to the page, and on the date, I'm going to click that. It's alerting what the actual date brings up. It brings up Tuesday, July 14, 2020, and the 24-hour time, hour, minutes, and seconds, GMT plus 10, Australian Eastern Standard Time. And I guess that would pull that from the computer. Not exactly sure where it pulls it from, but that's the full date function. And so from that date, let's take off that alert. The variable date, we make this variable date, which is our formatted date, which is using this variable today. We're getting the date, which is the day, it's the 14 in this case. 14th of today's date for me is 14th of July 2020. Then we're appending using the plus, appending a hyphen. So that's just the format of the date. Day hyphen month hyphen year. Then with the month, as you can see in these comments here, the get month function provides the current month values 0 to 11, where 0 is January and 11 is December. So I've added a +1 to get the result. All right, so it's the current variable today dot get month will get the number 10 by adding the +1 to get, 6 is what it would get, because today's July, so it'll get month function will produce the number 6, and then we add the +1 to get the accurate month, which is 7, or July. Okay, we could put the month in the actual Word format. We'd just need to put a bit more coding in to get that, but we're just stuck with the date that the inbuilt date function produces, which is the number format. And then finally is the year. So again, getting the full result and then pulling off the year by using get full year inbuilt function. They're all inbuilt Java functions: get date, get month, and get full year. Okay. If we just say get year, see what that produces. $120. $120. Okay. Full year. I wonder about 120. So if 2020 is 120, so that started 120 years ago, which would be 1900. So I guess it's the year from 1900. It's getting the year. All right. So I guess the full year would be 120 plus 1900. I guess. I mean, you could just do that instead of saying get full year, but I'll write the full. So write full, get full year. I think that's how it was. Yep. Get full year. And in the output, I'm just getting the date div, which is down here, the date div, there it is, and using document.getElement by the date div, putting it in the output, and then I could have put it all in the one line here, but I'll just separate it just to make it a bit clearer. So in this output, which is the date div dot inner HTML, putting the date that we've just formatted up there. All right, so similar thing we're doing for the time. We've made this function called show time. Pulling again the a variable called today we're getting from the date. So same thing as exactly the same as for the actual date. We're pulling the whole date and time, which is in this date function, into the variable today. And then from the variable today, we're just getting the hours and minutes and seconds, as you can see there. So today.getHours plus, not a plus, a hyphen in this case, but instead of a hyphen, we're using a colon to get it in that digital format. Fairly straightforward functions here: get hours, get minutes, and get seconds. Inbuilt Java functions. And once again, I've kept the same variable names in these functions. The output is assigned to be the time div, and then the inner HTML of that time div, we're assigning the time that we've just formatted there. Okay, so that's it. And for the styling, we've got the outer div, which is 600 pixels, got a border ridge, 8 pixels, maroon color, and the ridge format border. I've made it orange, 300 height. Okay, to align them horizontally, I use the outer div to be aligned center, and then on the inner ones, display inline block. So that's horizontally centered. And then for vertically alignment, I've just used the middle div, okay, to put middle divs contains both of the time and the date divs. And in the middle div, display inline block is not necessary for that one, but the main thing is these three here. This one will give you the vertically alignment. So position relative, top 50%, and then transform that to be translate y minus 50%. Okay, so that will work to align both of those vertically in the center. Okay, and okay, down here. Basically, just assign the background color and the width, and we get the nice styling, as you can see there. Right, you can style that however you like. You don't really need this middle one. You could have done the vertical height on just say this one, and that one would have followed, but I just did it because it just made sense to me doing it that way. All right, so that's about it. Oh yes, there's one other thing. If you want to get that ticking if you want the actual working digital clock, one other line of code you'll need, which is this one down here. Okay, so another variable t is assigned to this set timeout. The set timeout is where you put the function and then the time in milliseconds. Okay, so we're not actually using this t anywhere. That's just the way I've put it, so we can hold this set timeout function, and what it does, it calls this showtime within showtime. Okay, so it's a recursive function, calls itself, and so set timeout function in curly brackets. It's basically got itself, showtime function, and then the 1000 milliseconds, which is 1 second. And then when we save it, go back to this, refresh it, and click here for the time, you'll see that the second hands now tick or move forward. Okay. And oh yes, so they are only single digits if they're less than 10. So if you want to make it look like a digital clock for the numbers when it's like 1 to 9, you'll need to do a bit more coding just to append a 0 before those digits. I've decided not to look into that tonight. I wanted to make a fairly quick video, so that can be something you can look at further if you're wanting to focus on a digital clock. But that's it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, it's a good refresher of using inbuilt Java functions. Okay, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.